Hello, I'm Pilar Martinez, the Chief Executive Officer of the Edmonton Public Library, and I'm honored to have been asked by the National Library of the Czech Republic to share some remarks about our award-winning library here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Canadian libraries are much like the libraries in the rest of the world. They're places where everyone feels welcome, where you can access technology like public computers, and sometimes 3D printers, where you can still find a quiet place to read or relax, and where children and parents can be seen bonding and laughing with delight during story times. Our buildings may look different. What's on our shelves will certainly vary, but libraries will always be a place for people. Canada has experienced great growth in beautifully designed libraries over the past decade. Two notable recently constructed libraries are the Halifax and Calgary Central Libraries. Designed by Danish Schmidt-Hammer-Lawson architects, the new Halifax Library was a catalyst for the regeneration of the downtown area and is a product of extensive public consultation. Similarly, the Calgary Central Library is a beautiful, award-winning library designed by the Norwegian-American architects Snow Hedda. Much like Halifax, one of the intents of the Calgary Library was to redevelop the city's downtown. But of course, our favorite Canadian library is the revitalized and award-winning Stanley A. Milner Library. As the provincial capital and home to over 1 million people, the City of Edmonton is known as Canada's Festival City and hosts over 50 festivals each year. Many of these festivals are often located in Churchill Square, the area directly in front of the library. Situated in the heart of Edmonton's downtown, the Milner Library is an energy-efficient, community-centered public space bursting with opportunities for creativity, learning, and innovation. From our two-story interactive simulation wall to the beautiful and expanded Shelley Milner Children's Library, to Piasuaskaigan, a gathering space to support Indigenous ceremony, our downtown library has something for everyone. Building a library that not only reflected the needs of Edmontonians, but demonstrated environmental sustainability was a central part of this project. To win the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions Green Library Award as the only Canadian library among international nominees was certainly a milestone achievement. The Milner Library is over 55 years old, and the revitalization was necessary to address several structural and safety code concerns, such as hazardous materials removal, adherence to current fire and seismic safety code standards, updated mechanical and electrical systems, and improved energy efficiency. The former building was quite literally leaking energy and was one of the reasons a renewed building was necessary. Some of the actions taken to ensure a more sustainable building started from the very beginning of our project. We focused on diverting waste from landfill during demolition by recycling and reusing as much of the existing materials as possible. We installed new energy-efficient mechanical and electrical systems, selecting low-emitting materials within 800 kilometers of the site when possible. We added bike racks and electric car charging stations and provided better access to the light rail transit system via underground pedways. EPL's mission is We Share, and as part of our commitment to our mission statement, we've developed tours for customers that showcase and highlight our sustainability efforts in our new building, as well as to help educate Edmontonians on green programs, such as the 3-stream waste program launched in our city in 2021. We believe that this project is a model example of renovations that balance innovation, service excellence, and sustainability in its design and construction. Our Milner Library is one of 9 LEED certified libraries we've built in the last 13 years, and it's our goal to continue on our green path and seek LEED certification for all new library builds.
What were some of the inspirations for the design of the new building? So the new building really started with quite a lengthy interview and discussion with EPL and the public, talking and finding out about what EPL meant. It was really about how EPL reaches out and is connected to the public and is helpful and transparent. And so taking all that information and then making the building reflect that new mission statement, right, is what we were looking at doing. And so the building really stretches out and connects both visually from inside, you can see out, but also from a pedestrian connection on the main floor. The whole main floor is now transparent. We replaced what used to be quite a smoky glass with a very crystalline, clear glass so people can see into the building. And now you have entrances not just on the north face of the building, but you have entrances on the south, the west, the east, and the north. So it's way more interconnected. The same thing goes with the basement. Now you have this big opening, this giant stair that takes people up. And as you're coming up the stairs from the basement, you look right up into the building and you see up 3 stories into the building. So it's way more dynamic than it used to be.
Let's talk about the consultation process, because Edmontonians love the library and they're very passionate about it. What were some of the common things that you were hearing?
I think people were looking for the library to have a lot more natural light, have way more amenities, which the library's really built amazing spaces within this building. They wanted it, again, to be more connected, more inviting, more open, and more spaces for people to use. The building that was here originally, it's a 50-year-old building, so technology has changed so much since then. And so people were looking to have sort of almost more like a third space, not their home, not their work, but that place where people go and meet other people.
So what are some of the sustainable highlights of this building?
So the building really looked at allowing way more natural light in it so that obviously you don't have to have so many lights on, high efficiency lighting, a high efficient building envelope. So basically it doesn't allow the heat to transmit out of the building. And also in the summertime, doesn't allow the heat into the building. You have water reduced fixtures. We've upgraded all the mechanical systems as well. We were looking at doing a LEED building, LEED Silver, which is leadership in energy and environmental design. So the building is basically looking at meeting those features. It's an amazing space.
Welcome to the revitalized Stanley A. Milner Library, a place to learn, imagine, create, connect, and grow. We want to show you some of the exciting spaces and services you can expect. Let's start with our friends of EPL Atrium. We knocked out lots of walls to make it bright and airy with lots of cutouts and windows. You'll also be dazzled by the wall, our 2-story digital interactive wall, the largest of its kind in North America. Come and say hello to our gigantic digital dinosaurs. Our Shelley Milner Children's Library, 3 times the size of the original. It features a play space, an early learning center with a nursery gym, and its own children's makerspace. Our main makerspace, twice the size of the previous one. It's a place you can come to tinker and work on all sorts of projects, whether it's sewing, 3D printing, woodworking, or more. Attached to the main makerspace is our fabrication lab, with new ways to create using CNC routers, scroll saws, a laser cutter, and more. Our gamer space, yes, you heard us correctly. A part of the library dedicated to all things gaming, whether that's console, PC, or good old-fashioned arcade games. The Thunderbird House, a space to celebrate Indigenous communities in Edmonton and where we'll host classes and workshops. This is the only public space in the city that's designed for smudging. Our Civic Corner has comfy seating for working, relaxing, or getting lost in a book. This and so much more is waiting for you at the revitalized Stanley A. Milner Library. Come on down and visit. We can't wait to see you.